Hi beautiful souls, it's Tan here again with another Dating the Zodiac Signs video, and today we're gonna do the Gemini. So this video will apply to you if you are a Gemini sun or if you are dating a Gemini sun, and this video is kind of based on my own observations and surveys and experiences of the people around me, just to give you another perspective into dating the Gemini. So the first thing that you have to know when you're dating a Gemini is that they know you. Yeah, you know, they don't just know you because they observe you, but they also know you because generally Geminis have a good intuition about you. So they have some kind of insight into you that maybe other people don't have. I'm not saying that they know everything about you, but they are likely, a lot of the times, Gemini knows something about you that other people cannot perceive about you yet. So they tend to pick up on that pretty quickly, and they can, they can kind of get into this rapport with you really easily, and within the rapport of the way they communicate with you, that is how they pick up all of these things about you. The second thing that you have to know about dating a Gemini is kind of related to the first one, I suppose, is that they're actually highly intuitive. They're knowledgeable, but they're also intuitive because of that third house, ninth house axis they've got going there, and it's really easy to jump from both of these. More easier than all the other axes in the natal chart wheel. So the Geminis are likely to be very intuitive. They kind of know how to navigate life, shall we say. They kind of know what they need to do to succeed, and they kind of just know the kinds of people to talk to, probably because they most of them have a lot of social contact, so they can really pick up like human behavior pretty quickly. So they're very intuitive about people in general, but sometimes their intuitions might not always be correct. It depends on the mood of the Gemini. Sometimes they flip over to their twin, and then they may say something to you about a person that is more of an insecurity than intuition. These two things are very, very close to each other. But a lot of the times, they have a good intuition about people. The third thing that you have to know about dating a Gemini is that they will color your life. Yes, they have stuff going on in their lives, and when they're with you, they'll share that with you. And when they do, you'll kind of, be able to do activities that maybe you haven't really done before or haven't thought of before. You'll be able to kind of meet people that maybe you didn't think you would ever meet before. So they kind of, in a way, add a little bit of color and flavor into your life with the activities that they do, with the people that they know, that they bring into the relationship. So that's kind of a nice thing to have. So the third thing that you have to know about dating a Gemini, the fourth thing, and my fourth thing for these dating zodiac signs video tends to be kind of a more challenging thing about dating each of the zodiac signs. So when it comes to the Gemini, the fourth thing that you have to know is that sometimes you never really know them, because honestly the Geminis don't really know themselves that well, because they're very complex people. So there's two things. Either the Gemini is just so busy with doing things on the outside world that they don't have enough time to look within themselves and do their own self-improvement work. I've noticed this with some Geminis, that they're too busy knowing people, knowing that, doing this, doing that outside of themselves, that they spend very little time reflecting on their past, reflecting on their own actions, reflecting on their subconscious mind. So therefore, when you're trying to be more intimate or get to know them, they can't really bring up that deeper layer of themselves to you, the core of who they really are, the deeper motivations of why they actually do something, their traumas and their pains and their hurts from their past. They can't really bond with you in that way because they don't have enough time to look at that part of themselves. The other thing is that because Geminis does rule the twins, they can have a lot of ironies within their personalities that they can't explain. They have lots of things that, they like black, they like white. They like hot, they like cold. They like you, they don't like you. Things like that, which they also can't explain why they're like that. But if they really take the time to really dig really deep into their own psychology, they can find that there's a reason for that. And if you're with a Gemini who is not self-reflective enough, they have stuff suppressed within themselves, it will be really hard for you to be very deeply intimate with them. But if you're with a Gemini who has done their own internal work, then you will be able to have that deeper connection that you might be looking for. So the third thing that you have to know, or the fifth thing that you have to know when you're dating a Gemini, this is when the Gemini truly loves you and they are willing to be committed to you long term, is that the Gemini will be very devoted to you. And this is really hard to come by. It's really hard for you to get on top of that priority list for the Gemini. So if they have made you number 1 or number 2 of their priority list, you know that you're really important for them, because it's really hard for them to do, because they are, you know, multitasking a bunch of different projects within their lives, different people, different hobbies, different career paths even in their lives. And a lot of the times they prefer to do that and then have you as something that they're doing on the side. But, you know, if they've said, hey, you know, I am going to schedule some time for you this day and this day, and that day and that day. It will just be for the two of us. And they take into consideration the future of the relationship and where it might be going, and, you know, the things that they want to build with you. They want to build something with you rather than just building a bunch of different projects for themselves. They want to build it with you. You know that you've become a priority, and that Gemini is in it for the long term, and they're devoted to you, and they're not going anywhere. So that's my take on dating the Gemini. If you have anything you want to add to the list, or if you are dating a Gemini and you want to share your experiences, do comment below. I also do birth chart readings and synastry and compatibility readings. All the information is on my website, which is written in the description box below, and you can open that up. And yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you haven't. I'll see you very soon, guys. Bye!